Now all I have to do is press enter on this, and it's done. Press enter. We almost immediately get a pop-up right here. We're logging into the user, and right here, we have full remote control of a compromised system. And he's watching Who Am I Tang. He should subscribe, so should you. Yes, it's that simple to get full remote control of any computer. But if you clicked on this video to illegally hack someone, get a job. Today I want to show you PowerShell Empire, which is a post-exploitation framework built on PowerShell for Windows environments. PowerShell Empire enables attackers to execute code, maintain persistence, escalate privileges, all while trying to evade detection. By the way, if you're a beginner in ethical hacking and want to get some hands-on practice, I'm soon launching a free custom hacking lab that's especially designed for beginners right here in my Discord. With one simple command, you get your isolated private Linux container ready for you to attack. You'll go in, capture the flag, then move on to the next lab. And you don't have to worry about being stuck in a certain level. You'll get hints if you want to, explanations, or even get help from the other Discord members. Before we begin, just remember hacking is illegal and should never be done to harm anyone. In front of me I have Kali Linux, and I have the PowerShell Empire GitHub page pulled up. And we can go here to the code, copy the web URL, and then clone into a repository. Then we go down, then run the sudo /setup install.sh. But since I have Kali Linux, I can do sudo apt install PowerShell Empire. Give it my password. After that's done installing, we're going to go ahead and start the server. And like in my hello explanation, we first run the server, then we run the client. How we do that, we type sudo PowerShell Empire server. So after the server started, right here we can see we made the MySQL database. It started up the Empire. And at the bottom, you can see a UV corner running on a localhost port 1337. So we go ahead and open this up. This is the client I was talking about earlier. And right here we see the web interface. We have a username field and a password. The default credential are Empire admin, and then the password is password123. And don't worry, I'm going to show you how you can change this a bit later. We click remember your username, and we click submit. In the web interface, right here we can see left side we have the navigation. Right here in the middle we have the main container. Right now we're in the listener, so we can create listeners. Let's make this a bit bigger. We have listeners, stagers, agents. This is all I was talking about earlier. We create the listener, then we make the small payload in the stager, and then in the compromised systems we have in the agents. When we go into admins right here, we can go users, and then here I will make a new user. Let's make a new user. I'm gonna make Who Am I Tang, and then password. I'm gonna give it a secret password, and then we give it admin permission, and we click submit. Now in the listener tab, we go to listener, and we hit create new. So we're gonna make a new listener. Type, we're gonna choose type HTTP. I'm making it on port 443, and that's all we have to do. And then click submit. Now we can go back to the listener tab. Right here we made a listener, which is on right now. And then we go to the stager tab now. We click on the stager, create new stager. And then new type is gonna be Windows _ launcher bat. Name, I'm gonna name it Who Am I Tang. And then the listener, which we made earlier, the HTTP listener, we choose that, and we click submit. Stager created. We go to the stager tab again. Right here we have the stager. We click on the three dots and we hit download. We download our stager. Here we have our launcher.bat file. So now back at our terminal, we need to copy our launcher.bat file into our Apache 2 server so we can call it up from our other machine, from our Windows machine. To copy it, we do cp launcher.bat and to var www html, and we just enter. Permissions denied, so we just add sudo in front. Sudo, give me my password, it got copied over. Now we need to start our Apache 2 server, and we do it by typing system ctl start Apache 2. Give my password again, authenticate. Now our Apache 2 server is running. Now in our victim machine, aka in our Windows system, we type in our IP, followed up by the bat file name launcher.bat. Keep, and all we have to do is run it. 1, 2, 3. Here it looks like nothing happened. Just a small cmd command popped up, disappeared. But back at our text machine, right here we can see in the agents tab, here we got a successful connection. Username, we have the username and the internal IP of the system. We go in. Here we have a terminal we can run some commands on. And then in the form, we have modules we can run from the PowerShell Empire. And we don't have a lot of privileges yet. So let's do some privilege escalation. And now I'm going to choose the module bypass USC. Right here, PowerShell privilege escalation bypass USC. So here, we choose our listener, HTTP, and all we have to do is press submit. And then back to our attacker machine, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Seems fair. Microsoft, we press accept. Yes. Looks like nothing happened. So going back to the web interface, here we see we have now escalated privileges and we can run a lot more modules now. But it's not cool enough. Like I showed at the start of the video, we need a graphical interface, a RDP, remote desktop protocol. We need to turn that on first. First we need the credential of the user. And we can do that with PowerShell Empire again. So first we go to the execute module again. We type toasted, collection toasted, and right here. They will get a pop-up. Windows will restart in 5 minutes to finish installing updates. And then we scroll more down and to verify creds. So they will get that pop-up, and then to postpone that update, they'll have to enter their credentials. Verify creds, we press submit. And right here at the bottom right, we get a pop-up. Windows will restart in 5 minutes. We want to postpone it. It asks for our credentials. So we type it in. Minus who am I Tang, password who am I Tang 123. Okay. Now going back to the PowerShell Empire, agent tasks. Right here, you have the status that it got completed, it got sent. Then we can open it. Phish credentials, right? Phish credentials. We see the name, who am I Tang, and I give it my password 123, right here. And now to get the beautiful graphical user remote control interface, we go back to agents. We click our compromised system, and now we enable remote desktop protocol, RDP. Right here, PowerShell management enable RDP. We click on it, and all we have to do is submit. So now at our terminal, we're going to be using a tool called FreeRDP to remotely control the compromised system using a graphical user interface. So I'm going to go ahead and paste in the command. So right here, FreeRDP3, V followed by the user's IP, then U for user, the username we just got, who am I Tang, then P for password 123. Now all I have to do is press enter on this, and it's done. Press enter. We almost immediately get a pop-up right here. We're logging into the user, and right here, we have full remote control of the compromised system. And he's watching who am I Tang. He just subscribed, so should you.